Okay, well, Georgia Bulldogs didn't end this season the way, of course, we all probably wanted them to end. But again, another playoff appearance. I am joined now by Dog Central founder and publisher Graham Coffey. First, thank you for joining me. And let's just get right into it. What do you think about this team this year? And what were kind of the expectations for the Bulldogs?
I think what you think about Georgia at this point depends on what you think about Gunner Stockton, right? They will replace a lot in a lot of different positions, but Kirby Smart has kind of shown over the years that they recruit, they reload. This roster will have 66 former 4 and 5 star recruits on it. Somewhere in there is probably enough talent, but behind Stockton, things get pretty young, pretty inexperienced. He's pretty young, pretty inexperienced in his own right. So it'll be very interesting. I think if they can get good quarterback play out of him and get a little better offensive line play and run game stuff than last year, then they've got a shot because you kind of always trust Georgia to figure it out on defense.
How has Gunnar Stockton been this past off season, especially in spring practice?
I think he's kind of picked up the leadership role and responsibilities of playing quarterback in a big visible program like Georgia. Done a lot of things off the field and outside of practices and the facilities to try and create chemistry with his wide receivers. I think that the question with him at one point in his career was, can he be a guy who gets into that second, third, fourth read and gets through his progressions quick enough? It seems like they feel like he's made progress in that department and did well with it this spring, but you never really know how any of these guys are going to look until it's live action when you get to August.
On the defensive side of the ball, I mean, the Georgia Bulldogs are just absolutely stacked with talent. What should we expect from them this season?
The back seven of that defense is absolutely loaded. They've got three cornerbacks that have a very good chance of being first round picks at some point in the next 1 to 2 seasons. They've got 5 star guys. KJ Bolden still at safety. Like they have players all across the board. Inside linebacker is absolutely loaded. So how that defensive line comes around is really going to be the X factor. They lost their top 8 snap takers from the defensive line last year. They have guys like Jordan Hall who they thought was going to be a starter for them last year, was injured, but does not, have the stuff on tape yet. So there's a lot of young talent in there, but it's young and it's inexperienced. So if they can get the guys who I think have a lot of upside to show that upside early in the season, you'll feel really good about them, but tons of question marks.
I feel like every year Kirby Smart always says that each team is just a rebuilding year. They're so young or they're, so inexperienced. Is that the truth with this team just because of how many guys they lost, especially to the draft?
It's the truth for Georgia at this point because if you get on the field at Georgia and you start and you're draft eligible, then there's a good chance that you can go get drafted. So this has become kind of the norm for them. But on the defense, like we were just talking about, they're 126th in Division One in returning production. So that's pretty low. Now, the last time they were 126th in returning production on defense was before the 2021 season when they had maybe the best modern college defense of the spread kind of offense era. So we'll see. Like we said, the recruited talent is there, but a lot of these guys have not played, and unlike that 2021 crew, a lot of the guys they're going to rely on are more underclassmen. They're not, seniors and fifth year seniors. We're talking sophomores, juniors, and even some true freshmen in there, like Elijah Griffin from Savannah. Fantastic 5 star defensive tackle. So they need some young guys to hit early, and they got to find as a staff ways to simplify things for that young defensive line so they can just get the most talented players on the field early.
Well, Graham, thank you so much. Where can people find you on social media and especially Dog Central?
Yeah, check us out, dogcentral.com. Lots of deep dive analysis, intel, all that good stuff. And you can follow me on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, at Graham Coffey DC.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And thank you for watching.